What's up, everybody? This is Hoser. Here we go with another piece of equipment that I've purchased for my little 13-gallon tank. I've noticed that on this fish tank, the water runs out real quick. It starts to evaporate really quick, and I have to keep refilling it. At least maybe a cup and a half a day. So I figured, why not get another automatic top off? So I started looking through different products, and this one is like one of the top rated products. So I'm gonna install this in my 13-gallon reef tank. I'm gonna spare you the details of the unboxing and all of that, because I think everybody knows that there's already like a million videos of the unboxing. I'm just gonna show you how it's the same thing, right? Yep. I'm just gonna show you how I install it in my tank, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so just a quick rundown of what's already in the box. I took it all out, aside from the knife. Comes with a power supply, a clamp. Oh, I got a little pointy stick here. A clamp, some magnets, the actual unit for the top off, a little cover for your snails, some tubing, the pump, which will fit in one of those, but it will not fit in one of these. You would have to cut this out and make it bigger. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I'm thinking about it, since I don't really, these are the ones that were given to me, so I don't know, we'll see. I got plenty of those, so we'll probably do that easier. Some caution documents, quality that it was inspected, and then instructions on how to install it. I guess the only thing right now about it, I wish the instructions were all like set apart. If you look at these, they have each page has the instructions for every single language. So like German, and then it's English, and then it's French. I think it would have been better if it's all English and the next section all German, next section all French. But that's no big deal. I'll figure it out. It's not that difficult to install. Alright, let me install it. Okay, seeing that sometimes when I'm looking at videos, I don't like jumping to another video to see how somebody installed something, I figured I would just give a quick update as far as how mine is set up. So looking at the instructions, I noticed that there's a difference on some of the videos that I've seen where the jumper is set up for the big tanks and you have to change it to set it up for the little tanks. In this case, the jumper is already set up for a small tank. As you can see here, here's the jumper right there. This is the jumper, this little black box, and it's basically connected. On the manual here it says that if you want to set it up for the aquariums more than 26 to 53 US gallons, or 100 to 200 liters, you have to set the jumper by disconnecting it from the power supply and detaching it. So you would have to do it this way. It's kind of hard to see with the glare. So as you can see here, they actually detach it. So this jumper would be here connected. They take it apart and put it this way. So that's how you would have to do it for the bigger tanks. For the little tanks, it basically stays this way. And that's what this one says. For anything below 26 gallons or 100 liters. Also, the jumper is set up to stop after one 2.4 minutes, so I'm assuming it's 1 minute and 40 seconds with the 13 gallons with the jumper set up at this rate. With the jumper set up this way, the pump is set up to 2.45 minutes, so I'm assuming it's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. It also has a 10-second short pulse interval, just in case the switch is stuck to on. It'll stop. So in my case, I would go ahead and just leave it the way it is, because mine's a 13 gallon and it'll set up this way. Okay, so the actual sensor has this little plastic nut that you have to remove. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Remove this in order to put this cover on, because this slide right here, it's only small enough to fit through the wire and not the actual screw itself. So you put it in through here, and then this goes through there, and then you go ahead and you grab your nut and you screw this on. Okay, so once you have that screwed on, I wouldn't do it super tight, just enough so that this case gets pretty snug. You get this super strong magnet here. It's got these little notches, and it has them on both sides, and it even says it's very strong, and it is. It's really strong. You could use either one to clip this on. So these little 4 tabs here, they're gonna go into these little notches. Snaps right on, and then doesn't come off anymore. So that's pretty cool. I do like that there's a little protector on it. Nothing can get on it, nothing can get in it. Well, I guess animals can, but I'm gonna put it in a section of my small tank where really nothing gets in there. So I notice I have a little bit of a problem. This magnet here, it works great. It's stuck. Problem is that this rim here doesn't let it to go to be able to catch this water level. So in order for me to raise the water level for that, I would have to fix this casing to be just on one of the clips. As you can see on the bottom there, the hole's empty because I had to raise it, and now there's a clip there that's not being used, and the little tab there. Where is it? This little tab right here is not inside the clip now, so I'm afraid that this might be too loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue this part just to make sure it stays on there. Okay, so just to give you a better view, these 4 tabs that you can see here that I told you that go here, it won't let this sensor go any lower because the water is already at this height, only because of that tab. So basically the sensor needs to be a little bit higher, but the rim of the tank doesn't let it go any higher. It stops the magnet. So in order for it to work, I'm going to do this and clip it on. But I'm just afraid that it might be too, it's got 2 tabs for a reason. So it might be too flimsy, or something might bump it off or whatever. So just to be safe, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue here and a little bit of hot glue on the other side. And then that way it'll keep it stable. And then I'll be at ease. My mind will be at ease. So let me do that. Alright, so I put 2 drops of hot glue on the sides. That should be enough. So now I'll go put it back on the tank. Okay, so I installed the sensor back on, and now the clamp It comes with this little screw made out of plastic. Let me see, flathead. I unscrewed it with my hand, but you might need one in case it's too tight. It also comes with the tubing, and it also comes with this little loop clasp tighten thing or holder. So I already measured how my brace or my clamp is going to go on the tank, and in order for the way I'm going to do it, I need to put the hose this way. So I will tighten it this way instead of the other way, instead of lengthwise. So let me show you how I did that. Okay, well, after thinking it over, I realized that it'd be better in this orientation than in the other orientation. So that's how that's going to be set up. The water will go in there. There's my sensor. And there's the hot glue. So now we go on to hooking up the pump. Alright, so I ended up cutting a hole in the RODI tank. This is the one that they gave me, so I figured I'd use the RODI they gave me and then transfer over to my water later. So, and if I want to still use it, I can still use it. So I plugged it in, and also I ended up moving the hose to this side where I have the filter pad there. That way, in case there's any gunk in the water, which there shouldn't be, but you know, dust, whatever, it'll catch right there, and then instead of putting it in the return. There's the sensor. Everything's cool. So I'll show you how it runs. It starts to pulse also. I don't know if you can see. You'll see it down there doing its thing. There you go, moved on its own. It's trying to do some suction. I guess there's not that much water in there, and it's not straight. So I'll fix that and then I'll get it working. Alright, well, this is how it works. The sensor is higher than it's supposed to be. Okay, so I fixed it. So the sensor's adjusted to the level that I want. Now if I go ahead and take out some water, then it should go. The stuff will pump back in there. Once it's filled up to the level it needs, then it should stop. And then that should do it. There you go. I guess it's working. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, see how good it works. The level of my tank is, it's about the height that I kind of want it. I don't want to put too much DI water right now. RODI. And we'll go from there. Alright, keep you posted.